Hello, and welcome to Your Brand Express podcast, the podcast where business owners, authors, coaches get a chance to articulate their processes and how they express their brands. With your hosts, Carl and Alleyne. Get your favorite cup of coffee or tea and get a notepad and enjoy the ride. All right, everyone. Today, first of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Welcome to our podcast. I am Carl Alleyne and
Alleyne.
we are representing today. Today we're going to do it a little bit different. Today's going to be a little different. Usually we have people on and we interview them about their experiences with expressing their brands. But today, CJ, my son, is going to interview me. All right, so we're going to mix it up a little bit. All right.
Switch it up a little bit. New year, 2023.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some great aspirations. Let's get this thing going.
Let's get it going.
I got about 7-ish, 9 questions for you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with the first one. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of background, education, experience, and just expressing yourself online and everything like that?
Okay, sure. Yeah. So for me, wow. I mean, for me, I go back. It's interesting. I've had different experiences. The core thing that I've done is being a performing artist, entertainer. I've been a performing artist for 33 years.
Wow.
33 years, right?
Older than me.
It's crazy. Older than you, right? More time
for sure.
You've been born. So, and that comprised of different things. It comprised of, singing, acting, modeling, dancing, choreography, movement coaching. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to diversify myself in the entertainment industry. I always found myself to be on the outskirts of the entertainment industry, not exactly in the entertainment industry. Mm-hmm. I guess I had a love-hate relationship with the entertainment industry. So as far as a performing artist, that's my background. And, I was able to perform for even background dance for artists such as Neil Young, Elton John, and local artists, and also played in a couple of bands, some of Boston's top bands. And I was in movies like What's Your Number with Anna Faris and Chris Evans. And I also got to choreograph a movie with Brendan Fraser and Brooke Shields called Furry Vengeance. And so those experiences were great. And I found parallels to the business world from the entertainment industry. Things like, being versatile, knowing how to connect the dots, knowing how to connect with my audience, knowing how to engage my audience with authenticity. So that's been pretty important to me. So as far as background, that's a core thing for me as a background. As far as coming into the online space, well, I've owned my own business for numerous years. I had a talent agency in New York and in Boston. That was in early 2000s or mid 2000s. And with that, I did online marketing where I did, back then it was email marketing. Back then they had like Blackberries.
Times have changed, man.
You know Blackberries?
I used to play it on your old phone. That's the only thing I know about it.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Yeah, Blackberries, those little tiny dots. It's funny. And then also, wow, you're taking me back, CJ. Woo! So being, that was a cool experience, having a talent agency, because I had to do a lot of foot action, and I had to do a lot of, back then they had faxing as well. So I had to fax I had to get breakdowns and fax my clients' information. I dealt with choreographers, actors, models, people who are triple threats, but they had a core base of being choreographers or dancers. And I sent them out on auditions to book movies. And I've even had a couple of dancers. I had a choreographer that booked for a project with Michael Jackson over in London.
Wow.
Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. And that was amazing. But that experience, really taught me how to push my brand out there, my talent agency at the time. And I had a consultant that worked with me. She was amazing. She taught me the ropes pretty much, so I felt very fortunate with that. So with that, I had, getting out there and meeting record executives and major artists and being able to network with them And I also had artists who did things on Broadway as well, did projects on Broadway, national tours, and Broadway in New York City itself. So that was a great experience. And then in the late 2000s, no, well, would I say that? Yeah, 2009 ish. I came back to Boston and I did more auditions, and that's when I did more movies and things such as that. And then 2000, I want to say 2017, 18, I that's when I really, really got sunk my teeth into the online marketing space, where I learned about online advertisements. I learned about organic marketing. I took my email campaign game to another level, because I really had to depend on those those avenues to put
Mhm.
content out and to reach people. And so that was a big game changer for me. Oh, before that too, I also owned a mobile dance studio, where we went out and I marketed different teachers and choreographers to different locations around the New England area. And so, and even went as far as the Florida and places like that. So those are some pretty cool experiences. So for me, and then I also went to college for business management, but also it served me a little bit, but really sinking my teeth in getting out and getting experience and
Yeah.
networking and meeting people was really on the job training. And it was really helpful as far as meeting people, from celebrities to business owners to online entrepreneurs. It gave me a chance to see our culture, to have a pulse on where the culture of online marketing is, and is going. So that was very important for me.
That's nice.
So I said all that, and I said
Yeah.
all that to say that was my experience. But that's the best I can articulate it.
Yeah. That was a great summary. I feel like I like the word you use, versatility. Just like there's so much stuff you kind of pick up from one thing you do to the next, and it's like you could pick up one. If you could pick up a principle, I just feel like if you could put that in something else, like whether it's grind or just or whatever it is for you, I feel like if you could just transfer it to something else, you could just do just as well in it as well. So I like the way
Right.
you put that.
It's
Yeah.
interesting because one of my coaches, Dr. Paul Jenkins, we were talking a week or two ago, and the interesting thing is there are so many parallels between the entertainment industry and the business world. And so for me, one of the most fun things I love to do is to find those parallels, because I find that they can help, and they do help the people that I coach now, and also the clients that we serve. Just make and that's the thing too, just helping people to connect the dots is so key, because once people connect the dots, you teach them how to fish, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. Play ball, play ball.
Basketball hoop, sir. Second question: how do you get started fast with expressing your brand online with video marketing?
How do you get started fast with expressing yourself with video marketing? I think one of the key things is, well, one of the foundational things is you got to know who your target audience is. I mean, you could put anything out quickly. I mean, you could put something out in 3 minutes,
Yeah,
even shorter than that. But I like to put in there, how do you do it effectively? One of the things is to do the groundwork, strive to understand who your target audience is, who your avatar is. Because once you understand that, it's like you're talking to one person. It's like you're speaking to that person right in the camera. And then
true.
number two, you want to find an industry that you can dive into, like in real, and try to and experiment and figure out what your specialty is. What are you good at? So for me, for us, we do video marketing. So going online, it's like, okay, well, I got to find out where clients are who want to get video marketing. So find out my target audience, find out where they're hanging out at, what platform, whether is it LinkedIn, is it TikTok, is it Facebook, is by the way, shout out to Facebook Reels, really fire. And is it Instagram, is it Twitter, which platform are they hanging out at, and then
Mhm.
go in that direction, try to figure out what the lingo is, what the culture is, what the language is. And then for me, I like to take it a step further. I love to figure out to have my ears to the ground and figure out what the culture is, where is it going, where is the platform going. So
Yeah,
once you figure out those things, and not saying you have to do it overnight, that's the mindset you want to have. And then you want to craft the message that could tailor to the people who can listen to that message and do it according to what they need. What do they need? Do they need to learn how to do video marketing with their coaching or being an author or a service provider? Do they need to market or do video marketing for their product? Are they in transition now from doing products to doing coaching? Striving to understand those things are super important. That's like understanding the psychology. Once you understand that, you could speak directly to those individuals
Right.
because they're people.
How long does it normally take to see results? Sometimes you do a lot of just groundwork, but finding an audience and all that. But how long would you say it takes to find results?
That's a good question. And the question is, another question with that could be, well, what are the most important results to you? Like we
Mm.
work with some clients, they just want to get visibility. Some clients, look, I just want to get my podcast off the ground, get it out there, and I want people subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I want to build that up. Some people, they want more audio listeners, more downloads for their podcasts. For some people, they want to get more leads. For some people, they want to get more sales. I think all those things are important. Ultimately, you want the leads and the sales, right? That's important because you got to get the company afloat. But it depends on what the need is. So if it's a need of, hey, I want to just get visibility and I want to get my content out there, that can happen in a very short amount of time. If you take a week to 3 days and really dial in as much as possible, you can get some content out there. Now, the thing you want to look out for that is you want to make sure you have an offer, because if you have an offer, it's more purposeful. If you don't have an offer, you run the risk of getting burnt out.
Yeah.
You don't want to get burnt out because you'll end up saying, hey, this doesn't work. This online marketing thing doesn't work, which isn't true. It definitely works. I can definitely vouch for that. So it could take that 3 days to a week. When I work with clients, though, I like to tell them, hey, give us a good amount of time. Give us about 3 weeks, so that we can onboard you. We can get your information. We can get a lingo for you. We can make sure you have your avatar dialed in, your target audience dialed in, so you can get your message out there and you can impact people.
Mhm.
So it all depends. The people come to us for different reasons.
What do you think stops most people from success? Like, how do you really get around um, feeling like you're not successful and like, you know what I mean?
One of the things that, well, there are multiple things that stops people. One is, especially if it's video marketing, that whole imposter syndrome. That's a buzz phrase that people use, the imposter syndrome and self doubt. People doubting themselves. People. I find that, and I get so it's I look at it like art in my mind. People are amazing. They have amazing messages, but what holds them back is their self doubt. I don't speak well, I don't look right, or I can't get my message out right. I'm not a great speaker. I'm not this, I'm not that, you know. And as opposed to looking at how amazing we are, you know. I think so for me in my mind the biggest thing is self-doubt. And the
Mm.
thing is, interesting thing with that is I like to tell clients and people in general, like, hey, we're the only beings on this earth who have the ability to think about our thinking. Think about it. Like lions and turtles and bears, they go by instinct. I think get me wrong. I think they think. You know what I mean? But we're the ones who think about our thinking, and we can control ourselves.
Mm.
You know, we can create. And I heard
Me versus
someone say
me.
this,
Yeah,
right? And I've heard someone say
that's
like,
dope.
"Hey, who was it? I forgot who it was, but it went something like, hey, you don't hear about it was he named some kind of animal. You don't hear about bears, for example, learning how to build a walkie-talkie or learning how to make a cell phone. He said you use some
Right.
another analogy, but you think about it. We're the ones who do that. We're the ones who are able to create. But however, we're the ones who could self-doubt. We could doubt ourselves so much.
I think that's like so true, and so many things just in today's day and age, just negativity is just pushed out there. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
just all around the board. So it's like you gotta learn how to protect your mental from that in a way, but also
Right.
protect your mental from yourself, your self doubts. And I like how you said it was, thinking about our thinking, like just putting we have the choice in a way to put stuff in our heads that we want to believe and what we don't. Like I just think that's such a dope concept.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's true. We have that ability. And now, if we tap into that, imagine how much impact we'll make.
Man.
Every person on this planet has the ability to make an impact. And so I think, and that's what I think about as far as coaches, us as coaches, it's important for us to tap into that because we want to help the next person to be able to tap into their power. And the more people who can tap into their power, there's enough room for everyone. The more people who could tap into their power, the more impact is being made on this planet in a positive way.
Absolutely. 100%.
100%.
Where would you say like are the big opportunities today? Because social media, especially with everything going online, we went from in person to Zoom, and then that was kind of like the big thing, and then like TikTok came out, like Instagram Reels. Like, what would you say are the big opportunities in today's day?
That's a really good question. The ones I do know about, definitely TikTok. I mean, TikTok's been hot for a bit, and,
Yeah,
and the different platforms are coming after them, with Reels and the YouTube Shorts and like there's competition there. So I think definitely with TikTok, with YouTube and YouTube Shorts, Facebook has been on fire as well. Like a lot of people say, hey, Facebook is dead. The youth don't go to Facebook. No one goes to Facebook. Ain't true. Facebook Reels are fire. And that's one of my favorite. I love doing TikTok, but I love Facebook Reels as well because you get a lot of views, because the platforms are competing. So you get that mileage with organic marketing, with organic reach if you go towards the Reels. Like some people might post regular videos, but you want to do vertical videos and then post them as Reels, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. So I think those are the hot things right now. And of course, we're biased. We're biased. We do coaching with video marketing, and we do done for you services with video marketing. So we talk about the video, but it's very true though. And the cool thing about that, in which as far as it being hot, is that people get the opportunity to see your personality when you present on camera. You know, I'm passionate about writing blogs and articles and quotes and things like that. I'm a firm believer. I still do it,
yeah,
but I can't deny the fact that people I find that people engage more with the videos. So I think that's pretty hot right now. I think podcasts are hot. The cool thing with podcasts is you could do a video version and you could do an audio version.
yeah,
You know, and then repurposing content's pretty hot as well. That's for those who don't know. That's taking the content you have and whether you want to splice it up and make smaller versions if you have a video and put it on different platforms and spread them out, and even have a strategy to draw people towards a specific offer or a specific article. You know, that's pretty hot as well. So those are the things I find that, as far as what I know, are really hot. And I think in person, the cool thing is with the pandemic, since the pandemic, more people are coming back to in-person events as well. I think those are hot. I think they're all
yeah.
hot. They're still hot, still happening, still fire. Um, I'm just excited to see what everything's going to look like. My hope and my passion is I want to help. I want us to help people to draw their inner passion out so that they can impact the people whom they're meant to impact.
Like, that's dope.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Um, for real. What's the fastest way to succeed with expressing your brand online with video marketing? Would you?
the fastest way to succeed.
Yeah,
The fastest way to succeed is consistency. And I know that's not sexy. I know it's not popular, but it's so important to be consistent because you might put out content, you might not see results, right? You might see results. I could be wrong, but you might not see results. But you being consistent, eventually the results pop up. The results happen. And then all
yep,
of a sudden you become an overnight success because of that consistent. You put in the work to be consistent, you're going to see the success. Of course, we know it's not going to be overnight. It's all because of that consistency, persistent consistency.
yep. Consistency builds habit, and like, um, just when you get that habit down, it helps you become more disciplined, more on it, more intentional with what you do. I just think like consistency is like the snowball effect. I feel like for a lot of personal development, but also just like growth and whatever you're going for. I believe in that heavy.
Right on. Right on. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And that's a for me that's a big motto in 2023. Being consistent, showing up, as we say Swazo, show up and show
Wazo,
out. Swazo, the Swazo effect, show up and show out. We got to talk more about that too, by the way.
definitely, definitely. You guys are here. You guys are gonna hear that phrase a lot. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
um,
indeed.
sir, do you need any like special tools, like equipment, training, any of that for like expressing your brand online with video marketing? Would you say?
Yes and no. Sometimes I like to answer with paradox. Yes, where I'm gonna say no first. No, no, because sometimes we think we need all the bells and whistles, and the truth of the matter is we don't. You can start with a simple camera phone, and if you want to get online, you got to create some accounts. You definitely want to have purpose behind it. Like I mentioned it before about the knowing who your target audience is. If you need, if you can get some training, get some coaching. Get a coach. Hello, hey, what's up? It's us.
It's you.
Get a coach. Yeah, you too. All right,
Hey
get a
man,
coach who can help guide you in the direction you need to go as far as expressing your brand online. But you don't need all the bells and whistles. If you have a camera phone, you set up some accounts, you have purpose behind the content you put out. Don't just do it just to do it because you don't want to get burnt out and say, hey, this doesn't work. There's definitely a science behind it. There's definitely a method behind it. The yes part is, hey, once you get to a place where you have the basics, keep leveling up. Or like some people say, up leveling. Keep leveling up, and get more bells and whistles if you want. You can get a DSLR camera. You can get a better phone. You can get on more platforms and then repurpose content and tailor it to uh, the specific culture of that platform. You know. So I like to say yes and no. I say that because for me, and when I'm coaching people, it gives them freedom to express themselves. Some people like to geek out on that stuff, like me, like us, right? And why
yeah,
not geek out and have fun with it? As long as you can handle it and you don't get burnt out and you're enjoying it and you're passionate about it, why not? So do
absolutely.
it. The reason why I say all that is because you could do it according to what you need and how it works for you. Some people can only handle one platform, or some people can handle two. If you can handle more, great. If you need to hire someone who can do done for you marketing for you, hire them and get the content out there and meet the needs of the people.
For sure. Yeah, I like
Oh,
that. I
show.
think just in general, I think there's so many like besides success and everything like that, there's so many like good reasons to start. Like you can see like your growth, like you can see your first ever video marketing video, and then like for us too, you see it like 5 years down the line. It's like we leveled up and up and up and up. You got something
Right.
for your like future children to watch. People like in the future generation. It's just there's so many like good reasons. That's just a good thing to keep in the back of your head. Like you'll be able to see this later down the line and have some type of expression of yourself online. I believe it's pretty cool.
Right. Right. And I think one of the things that drew me to video marketing is because being in the entertainment industry, one of the things that helps you out a lot, and in the business world too, I found, is that if you can get on NBC or ABC or BET or MTV, if you can get on one of those stations or one of those platforms and present your brand, present yourself as an artist, that's a good thing. And you can stay relevant and you can stay in front of people's eyeballs. But when social media came on the scene, the different platforms came on the scene, and then organic marketing came on the scene, I found that to be a game changer. I was like, look, this is some people don't like this, and some people have said it's bad. It's not good for. It's bad for people. Fact of the matter is, it's amoral. It's just like money. People are going to use it for evil or bad, and some people are going to use it for good. But I found that wow, this is great. I'm going to use this. I'm going to take advantage of this to be able to impact people in a positive way. So for me, I found that okay, wow, coming from the entertainment industry and seeing this and seeing the craze of social media, I found it to be powerful, a powerful and effective tool, and I want to be able to teach other people. I want us to be able to teach other people how to use it and how to be able to do it purposefully.
For sure. For sure.
Show.
Um, what kind of results can people expect if they do things right with expressing your brand? Like what? Yeah, what results can you really expect with those things?
Well, if you mean with video marketing and expressing
Yeah,
the event brand,
or
well,
yeah, expressing with video marketing. My bad.
yeah, and that's okay. Well, expressing themselves with video marketing, you can get a lot of results. One, you can stay in front of your potential customers' eyeballs, your current customers' eyeballs, and people who don't even know you.
Yeah,
You can help them and you can meet their needs. And by the way, what I didn't mention before, I mentioned a lot of organic marketing, but there's also paid ads too. Some people go the route of paid ads, which is totally cool. I'm a fan of paid ads. The challenge is you got to keep spending the money to do it. And for some
yeah,
people, it's breaking their bank. It's hey, you want to keep your house or you want to do ads? Some people can't do it, so the organic marketing works perfectly for them. If you can do paid ads, do paid ads. It's all good, you know. So yeah, you can get some really good results. You can get lead generation. You can get the lead generation is connection with people, starting to build that relationship. Whether it's leads from social media, whether it's connected with people in the DMs, whether it's connected and collecting email addresses, and being able to nurture the relationship through emails. I find I'm a huge fan of that. My first online coach, Vince Reed, taught me that. Like, look, yeah, you definitely collect emails, and the fortunes in the follow up is what he would say. Shout out to Vince Reed, by the way. Um, and so you can get lead generation, and you can build a relationship and take the customer on a journey. And eventually they could become your customers and hopefully long term customers where you have a relationship and you help them to get to the finish line, but you also help them to get success and you also help them to help other people as well.
right.
So I find you get there's a lot of results, cool results you can get.
That's dope. Customer journey, I like that. Sometimes like you might not click with that person the first time. They might even see you. You might ever see them again on like a
Right,
TikTok because the For You page is just consistent. Like it might be something you just watched, but I did like the journey part. Like they might have to, like just flow with you, and then they'll finally be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna invest into this. I think this is really dope. I
right.
like it.
Yeah, the customer journey is super important because it's not about, hey, let's get online and make some money. And yeah, you'll make some money, but it's really meaningful. As you're making money, you can serve your customer and take them on a journey. It's like a movie.
Yeah,
Some marketing experts talk about the example of Star Wars, where you know Yoda or Obi-Wan Kenobi takes Luke Skywalker on that journey so he can become that Jedi, right?
yeah,
And bring balance to the Force, right? That's a cool analogy. I love that
yeah,
analogy. But that's his journey. He went through a lot of turmoil. He lost family members. He had a lot of self doubt. He failed a lot,
mm,
but he got to his destination, and he was that Jedi, and he impacted people, and he left a legacy. You know, and that's what we want to do with customers. We want to help them to live their fullest potential. Yes, make the money, generate leads. Yes, all that is super important, but the impact and let that impact last. I'm a fan of that. Any business I had, I wanted to make a difference in people's lives. And, whether it's entertainment or, I mean, I have people even from when I used to perform in the around 2008, 2007, still talk to me about how I was able to impact them. I have dance students who still talk to me about how I was able to impact them, you know. And even with the marketing side of things, coaching some people, they still talk to me about the impact I was able to make with them. And yes, and along the way, I was able to make money. It's awesome. But the meaningful thing is the impact I was able to make with them.
mm,
And if you guys are listening, I hope you do the same to other people.
for sure. Definitely make sure you leave an impact on whoever you can's live, friends, family, uh,
Right,
people you meet because so, like you hear stories about this a lot. Just like people might be going through it and you just made their day or something. Like you just never really know you
right,
never know your impact until like people really tell you or you kind of can see it. So
right. And with
Definitely
this,
important.
you literally get to change people's lives. Back in the days in the entertainment world, people used to say, and I hope people still say this now. I think it's different with music in some ways. That's just my opinion. But wow, I heard this song and it literally changed my life. I was about to do this. I was about to
True.
commit suicide. I was about to hurt myself, and this was the song that changed my mind. And with what we're doing with this, with online marketing, with video marketing, and helping people to be successful on their journey, we're literally changing their lives. And the hope is that we could, I know specific coaches that they have that mindset and they're literally changing people's lives, and that inspired me to have the same mindset.
I like it.
you know
Yeah.
yeah, man, for
Real
sure.
talk. Real talk.
Real talk, real talk.
Are there any other questions business owners should be asking if they want to succeed? Like a kind of like a question we didn't address, or like something that should come to their mind in a way if they want to succeed. Learning questions.
Yeah. Now, are there any questions that business owners should ask?
Yeah.
If you're a business owner, if you're a service provider, if you're a coach, author, podcaster, one of the things that's helpful for me is, and I've heard someone say this to me a couple of weeks ago. What are the steps what are the steps I must take to get to my destination? Because once you know those steps, you can map it out. Whether you mind map it out, whether you do an outline. I'm a fan of mind maps, because you can see it visually,
Yeah.
put it out there,
Definitely
and
try
then
it out.
then you make a plan, and then you make it happen. You take action on it. You don't have to do all of it all at once. Take action on it in bite-sized chunks and move forward, as you're navigating to get to your destination. That's what I'd say. That's a good question to ask. What are the steps I must take? And then, continually ask yourself that question, because, the second quarter, this is the first quarter, second quarter comes in, the journey might change a little bit. Fall time comes, the journey might change a little bit. So always ask yourself that question. If you ask yourself that question, you're able to coach yourself. Able to help yourself to kind of navigate through that thought process, to help you to take action and move forward. Because with this type of line of work, other lines of work too, it's easy to get stuck.
Yeah.
So you got to find the things that's going to help unstuck you or get you unstuck.
It's
You
real.
know?
It's like, yeah, it's just so many trains of thoughts that can happen, and then you got to worry about, it's just like you feel stuck. It can just overwhelm you for sure. I think, yeah, being stuck. Everybody gets there though. I feel like it's helpful to know that in a way. Like everybody has that moment, and it's just you can unstuck yourself by just taking a step back, planning stuff out. Like, yeah, we're all gonna be all right. That's all definitely helpful to know that.
Right on, right on.
Thank
It's
you, Carl, for this great interview. It's a nice name, by the way.
yeah,
Can you
it's
tell us a little bit more about yourbrandexpress.com?
absolutely. So with Your Brand Express, we're going through some transitions right now. So we have a done for you model where clients come to us, coaches, authors, podcasters, service providers come to us, and we do video marketing for them, short form video, video versions for podcasts. We help with live streaming. We still have that model, but we're kind of doing it like Legos. We put another element in the front of it. January 10th, we're launching our mastermind. We're launching our coaching program.
Ooh,
A coaching program. Uh-huh. So what that means is that we're helping people to get to their destination. We're helping, any of those type of service providers, whether it's or podcasters, authors, coaches, service providers. We're helping them to get to their destination, because I find that, even serving people in the done for you service model, a lot of education needed to come before that. So what we decided to do was, okay, say, you know what, we're going to do a coaching program, and we're going to help people to get to their destinations, and we'll have a select group of, any of the above that was said. We're going to help them to get to their destination with the coaching, but also help them on the done for you marketing side as well, if it's a good fit. So that's exciting. Really
very.
excited about that. That is
Make sure you
what we
guys
are
tap into that
focused
too.
on.
Definitely.
Right. Tap on it, because we are focused on that. We are we're going for it, so we're super excited. We've already gotten some great responses. And yeah, launch date is January what? January 10th.
10th.
Excited about
It's
that.
like next week.
Next week. That's right.
Sorry.
Next week. So we're excited about it. There's a lot of work going on, Might have some more bags under my eyes. That's okay. But it's going to be a fun journey. Really excited about this coaching program. I believe it's going to help a lot of people. It's going to help a lot of people, and we're going to make it fun. That's important,
Gonna make it
So
fun.
that's what we got going on, man.
Wazo.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wazo.
Thanks, Dad.
Go
Carl, whatever you want to call him. Thanks for sharing with us. And thank you to all the business owners in the audience for joining us today, watching this live. We really appreciate you guys. All these, we've been celebrating a lot, man. We're celebrating a lot. You guys watching us, continue to watch the podcast. We appreciate the support. Again, I'm CJ Alleyne. Thanks for watching the Your Brand Express podcast. I'd like to invite you today to check out yourbrandexpress.com for more ways on how to succeed with expressing yourself doing video marketing. Have a great day. Enjoy you guys' time in January. Make this a month to remember.
There you have it. We hope you enjoyed our podcast. If you would be so kind, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, or if you're listening to any of our platforms, whether it's Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whichever one, please be so kind to give us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed the podcast. We'll talk to you soon.